After my first week of dating apps, I'm ready to give up. Oh God, it's terrible out there. Cat lady forever.
Yo, what is going on, guys? Got a video for you here today from Cosmic Verse titled The Struggles of Women Hitting the Wall at 35. This one should be hilarious. Let's jump right into it.
Would you rather be single and alone over 35 or going through a divorce with children? I know what I would rather.
This is a question for the men. If you're not a man, keep scrolling. Okay, so men, why are we hating women? Why are we hating women?
Modern women keep talking about how men hate women. Men don't hate women. It's just that women have become so insufferable that a lot of guys have decided to walk away.
I feel like women are hating men and men are now hating women. They don't want to get married. They don't want to live with them. They, they just want to be single forever. Like, what's going on here? Are all you men into men now? Like, what's going on? I'm so confused. I feel like we're creating a divide here, folks. Can we come back together?
It's a little bit late for telling men to come back after years of telling them to stay away because they're either ugly, creepy, violent, or worthless.
I love men. And I want men to start loving women again. Like, I don't know. What do we need to do? Let me know and I can try to get the congregation together and we could try to move forward so we can all start loving each other again. I don't know. What am I missing? Can you please fill me in? I'm very, 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 very confused.
There's no confusion over the matter. If women want men to come back, they need to prove to men that they are worth coming back to.
I have never agreed with the if he wanted to, he would. Because you want to and you don't. Just because he doesn't do it doesn't mean he doesn't want to do it. And also just because he doesn't do it doesn't mean that he doesn't love you. How about we grow up and we express how we feel loved and communicate with our partner? And maybe that would solve a lot of issues that a lot of relationships face. Your partner cannot read your mind, and what you might want him to do might be different than what he thinks you want him to do if you haven't expressed that to him.
I agree.
The problem is that modern women think that men should be responsible for the communication. If only men became more receptive to the insanely subtle hints that women give them, then everything would magically be fixed, apparently.
I was a little surprised when he took me up on it, but I got my wallet out, I brought my card. You just don't see it very often where I offer to pay for half of the dinner or drinks and then he takes me up on it. The whole finance part of dating is probably one of the most confusing parts for me and the part that gives me the most anxiety. It is a little bit unfair of me to offer to pay half of the bill, but then when the guy takes me up on it, I don't talk to him again. It is a bit of a red flag if a guy doesn't pay for the first date. Do you expect it on the first date? And if you don't do it, I'm not gonna talk to you again. When you're on a date and the check comes, do you offer to pay?
She's acting like never talking to a guy after she paid for half the dinner bill is somehow a flex, but all she's proven is that by never talking to this guy again, she is doing him a massive favor, in my opinion.
I can do it all. I just had to go to the gas station and fill my jerry can so that I can cut my grass. This is like reason 750 million that I would prefer to have a man in my life. So, like, he can go fill the jerry can. I don't mind cutting the grass. It's a nice chore. But, like, why do I have to do all this by myself at 43?
A gas can, even when full, does not really weigh all that much, and yet she's complaining that she doesn't have a man in her life to lift slightly heavy objects for her. She doesn't actually want a man. What she wants is somebody to do things for her.
So now I'm over 30. That means, dun dun dun, I'm expired. Or at least that's what the men keep telling me in my comments. So a lot of women might think, oh no, I actually don't think a lot of women think that. However, they think that we think that. They think we are absolutely devastated by men not wanting us anymore. Now, I'm 33, so I'm just wondering when the invisibility to men starts. Does that mean then soon I'll be able to walk down the street and not get catcalled?
It's fairly obvious to everybody that this woman never gets catcalled when walking down the street, but she must act like it's a systematic problem because the internet told her that it was a problem.
Does that mean that men will stop sexualizing me soon? Does that mean when I'm walking down the street and there's a group of guys, I won't have to cross the street or look busy on my phone anymore? Does that mean that I can go out to a bar and not have to worry about my drink being spiked? If so, then I can't wait to be expired. I can't wait to live a life completely invisible to men. I'm excited for it. I really am. Let's go, girl. Wear what we want to wear, and we will be invisible to men.
Give her 6 months and she'll be recording a video where she's weeping endlessly about how men don't talk to her anymore. And with videos like this, it will truly be a wonder as to why.
Okay, ladies, let's chat about this. Have you noticed that on the dating apps that men in their 60s are looking for the younger woman? And they expect that they can get it. Maybe it's because they have money. Maybe it's because they have still a little bit of good looks left. They're all looking for the younger woman. Well, go for it, guys. If you're truly looking for that someone special to spend and enjoy your time with, then you're missing the point.
Women like this love to blame men for wanting younger women, but she forgets that if a man and that young woman get into a relationship, then that's their business, and jealousy is not going to change that.
By 60, a woman has gone through menopause. She's figured out her weight change, her skin change. She's figured out her new look. She's embraced her new sexuality that she has back, and she has an amazing outlook on life. So guys, I have to say, I think you're missing it. It's right here in front of you, but you think you're looking for something different. But then again, maybe you're not the right match for us. We know ourselves, we know what we want to connect with, and maybe you're not ready for that.
She listed off every single reason why men don't find her desirable. She's stubborn, she's smug, etc. And if a younger woman finds him desirable, then he's not the one missing the point. It's all her.
Sometimes, as a girl who is 30 and single, I get really hard on myself for not being where society told me that I should be at this point in my life. But I constantly remind myself that when it comes to my dating life, and I feel like any single person can relate to this, I decided to take the route less traveled. And anyone who is paving the way in that regard, it's gonna take a little bit longer. I could have married someone that I dated in high school. I could have married the nice guy that I met out of college, but I decided that I wanted to take a different route.
And that different route included a career that will leave her unfulfilled and chasing after men who will never commit to her on a long-term basis. She threw away contentment for excitement, and it has left her empty.
I decided that I really valued travel. I really valued progressing in my career. I valued living in different cities. I valued embracing my friendships and meeting new connections. I wanted to go on first dates and do all of that. So that being said, it's going to take a little longer to meet a partner who is going to match my vibration and value the things that I decided to pursue. That's why it's hard. It's not like we're behind in life. It's just that we decided to take another road. And so whenever I'm feeling really hard on myself, I remind myself of that. I almost like tell myself that as a mantra, and I'm willing to wait in order to not settle.
It is never a smart idea to go online and rant about how you're not settling. All that does is tell the man that you inevitably settle for, quote unquote, that you destroyed your life and expect him to come along and pick up the pieces.
4 ways to stop worrying about being 30 and single. Number 1, realize that you are in your prime, like your sexual prime, your career prime, all of the primes, you're in it right now. So maybe you don't have a partner, but you have everything else going for you. Number 2, understand that a lot of your friends are going to be getting divorced in the next few years, and a lot of people you don't know. So the pool of people to meet is going to be like big again, and there's going to be a lot of suitors.
Those men who have been through a divorce aren't going to be interested in dating again, especially once he sees that the dating pool is overflowing with single women in their 30s. Men would rather just stay alone at that point.
Number 3, unlike people who chose partners in their early 20s or even late 20s, you're choosing the person that you know for a fact is good for you because you know yourself by now. And number 4, and my personal favorite, you get to learn from a lot of other people's mistakes and hear about their issues while you don't have any.
It's almost impossible for these women to learn from other people's mistakes, especially when single childless women in their 30s typically make the same mistakes. We see it all the time. The stories are practically the same.
Gentlemen, women love men that are solution oriented. A man that can solve your problems is such a turn on to us. Now, if you're unable to solve her problems, that's cool because we understand you're not Superman. So she may still date you. It's not the end of the world. However, if you're unable to solve her problems, don't create problems. Don't create inconveniences. That can be as small as her looking for parking for an hour and a half, and you didn't even give her a heads up about that.
Modern women only want men to fix certain problems, but for the rest, he's just supposed to sit and listen to her gripe. It's our responsibility to know the difference, apparently, and the punishment these women hand out for getting it wrong is severe.
Don't do that. You invite her over your house, you know that she's not going to find parking, and you don't even tell her there's no parking lots where you live. And so she's just driving around for 2 hours and you're chilling in your house. That's not what you do. What you do is let her know that you already know she's not going to find parking. So when she pulls up to your house, you will come out and you will both find parking, and then you will walk her to your house. That is what you do, because that is a leader, that is taking initiative, and that is a turn on.
So in other words, she was going to a dude's house for a hookup and he didn't help her find parking. Now she's mad and trying to say that it's a man's job to help her find a parking spot. It's her hookup, it's her problem.
That shows that you are considerate. That is what women want. We want to be with a man that makes our lives easier. And so when you're not making our lives easier, we may not trip over it. But when you are creating inconveniences, that is when the problems start to arise, because that can quickly translate as you being inconsiderate, especially if you are being inconsiderate so early on in the relationship.
The modern woman demands that a man makes her life easier in every single way, but her expectation comes at the cost of making his life more difficult, which means that if anybody is being inconsiderate in this situation, it's actually her.
So here's the thing. This whole thing with I grew up hearing men talk shit about older women or middle-aged women and all that stuff, and they prefer younger women. No. It's that now that I'm here, now I can talk. We don't want you, okay? I'm stressed out, and all I'm experiencing is hallucinations in my nose. That's crazy. Do you think that I want who has been dating with the same habits he started with when he was 12? Absolutely not. No.
Well, madam, if you look at the men who don't want you and you don't want them, then there is no issue. What you're saying is not going to hurt men. They are too busy not caring about what you have to say. But anyway, guys, we are going to be leaving today's episode there. As always, don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. Make sure you guys take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next one. Peace.